Great stuff. So, the secret African kitchen.
Yeah.
We're about to expose that secret, aren't we?
Yeah, well, hopefully. It's quite an interesting project. The secret African kitchen was formed just about a year ago. And basically what we do is we're here to showcase the taste of Africa. And the products we got here today are from the eastern part of Africa, on the coast of Africa. And these are products that we've put together. As we know, African cooking's got a lot of ingredients involved.
Yeah.
And what I came together, the concept I put together was to try and bring all these flavors into one jar. And these are the sauces, the pastes that I've put together.
So these are pastes that you can buy, that you use especially as well in your kitchen?
I use these products in my kitchen. I use them for any functions or any sort of events that I do. And these are authentic African flavors in those jars. So everything you get there is sort of from back in the spice trade days, you know, when the Persians, the Indians, the Asians, all the Europeans traveled to Africa and did all the trading, and this is where all these flavors came together.
So you've done all the hard work for me, basically. If I was to cook this at home, I wouldn't have to worry about any of these ingredients. I could just grab your paste, get some chicken, you know, maybe get some rice on the go. Job done, a great tasting meal.
That is it, that is it. And basically the beauty of this paste is that it's not only a product that you can use, putting in the pot or in a wok. You can actually marinate your chickens, put a little bit of yogurt like I'll demonstrate today.
Yep.
Let it marinate overnight, which will always give you a nice intense flavor.
Absolutely.
Minimum an hour, and you know you get flavor out of it. But I always recommend if you do it the night before. And basically what it is, you can barbecue it, you can put it on the grill,
wow,
in the oven, and you'll get amazing flavors out of that.
Brilliant. Now you're a special chef as well. I mean, you haven't just designed these pastes. You've also done your training, as it were, the hard way.
Oh yeah, I did my training the hard way. I slaved and slaughtered in the city for many years.
Surrounded by all those bankers.
Yeah, I've worked up in London for many years in events, places like St. Paul's Cathedral, where I was head chef. Yeah, for many years. We did a lot of events, catering. We did a lot of functions for a lot of dignitaries, and it was a great experience.
Did you have to bless the food every time?
Well, we got the priest to bless the food.
Fantastic. So your heavenly taste.
Our blessing was a bit different.
Great. Well, listen, let's get started, shall we? So, what are you cooking for us today? What's the plan?
Okay, the plan today is what we're going to do. We're going to cook Swahili chicken and prawn curry. And basically we're going to cook it in a wok, and we're going to serve that with a bit of coconut rice. As you see, I've got quite a bit of prep up here, which I've done prior to this here, which we've got a nice fresh mango salsa.
Wow.
That's going to be served with the dish. And I must say to you that the product is a very mild product. I've left it that way specifically for people to go away and decide whether they want a lot of heat or a lot of chili in the product.
Exactly.
So you can go ahead and say, you know what, I'm going to blow my head away today.
Yeah.
And that's entirely up to you.
But the great thing is that the paste starts without you blowing your face off, doesn't it? I mean,
well,
for me, I wouldn't be able to handle it if it was too hot. I'd be running to the toilet every 5 minutes.
Exactly. So the base will give you the flavors, will give you the taste of the ingredients, you know.
Without the killer kick.
Without the killer kick.
Which some people love.
Well, the killer kick, I mean, if I was going to do it for myself, basically, I'll blow my... probably wouldn't eat it, but...
I'm getting close to it.
Yeah, but, you know, the thing is, I really thought about it, you know, and I thought, you know, people do like different flavors. People are well-traveled today. People are traveling all over the world. Africa, we've just had the World Cup in Africa, and a lot of people have come back with an open mind, and this is some of the flavors we want to showcase.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So this dish today, it sounds to me like it's from the sort of Uganda area. Does that sound right?
Well, yes. This is from Uganda, Kenya, Tanzania, which they call Zanzibar.
Lovely.
That's where you get all these sort of flavors from. There's a lot of coconut, ginger, garlic. You got a lot of coriander going through there.
Wow.
You got chili, but very mildly. You know, and yes, these are Eastern African flavors that have been diluted and been brought together by all the many years of trade.
Wonderful. Let's see how it's done. Let's see the master at work. For those of you that are kind of standing around at the moment, if you want to get a bit closer so you can get a better view of how it's done, we've got a mirror up here which will hopefully allow you to see the cooking process down here.
A very common cut that we can all understand. It's a leg and thigh, and basically this has been marinated overnight. And what we've got here, we've used a tablespoon of our Swahili paste, and all we've added into it is a bit of Greek yogurt, a light Greek yogurt, and we've left this overnight to marinate, and we're going to put it into the oven on gas. On this oven here, we're going to take it up to 220 and basically leave it in there for about 20 minutes, and it should cook itself through. We'll check it in between just to make sure it doesn't burn on one side, and we'll turn it all over. So I'll put this in first.
And you marinate it overnight to make sure that the flavours are at their peak?
The flavours are at their peak once it's marinated for that period of time. What we've got here, we've got some prawns that have been marinated as well. I normally leave this here if I'm going to cook a curry out of this dish. I'll leave this here for a couple of hours, marinated, put away in the fridge, covered. We'll do the chicken as well. It's going to be a complete dish. We'll do the same with the chicken. We'll use a tablespoon and a half of paste, and we'll do the same with that there. So what I'm going to do at the moment is we're just going to put a bit of oil in there. I'm just using some extra virgin oil. It just depends what you prefer. And then we're going to get our diced onions, which we've got all diced and ready for us here. And once the oil sort of heats up, as you can see, it's starting to smoke. We're just going to
see that in the mirror up there.
We're just going to put that in. Okay, what we're going to do now is we're just going to leave that to sort of sweat themselves. So another sweetness, it's another dimension that actually helps the flavor of the dish once it's finished off.
Okay.
So it's important to actually give your onions a few minutes to sort of sweat off, cook off, and let them sort of do their own thing.
Okay, great.
Okay.
So that smells amazing already, actually. So every now and again, if we can just angle it underneath the mirror so that people can see what's going on, that'd be great.
Basically what I do is I'll get in a bit of black pepper into there.
Get the seasoning in.
Just to season the onions a bit, because that helps them as well. And then very little salt, because we will finish off the seasoning towards the end of the dish. But that's also really good for the onions, and it really gives them all the liquid that you need from the onions as well, and brings out the flavour from the onions.
And you do an awful lot of your cooking in a wok, don't you? I mean, these are items that people have got at home. You know, it's not like you see some of these demonstrations not here today, but sometimes on telly and stuff, and you think, well, I haven't got one of those.
Yeah, well, basically, I try to keep it as basic as possible. Back in Africa, we've got what we call an African wok.
Right.
And
is that one of those ones you never clean?
Nah, it's one of them.
Keep the flavours trapped in.
It keeps the flavours trapped in, but it's slightly different from our traditional Chinese wok. But for today, because we're demonstrating on this sort of platform, we will use a Chinese wok for this year.
Great.
But it will give it the same effect that we're looking for. So the onions are going to sweat just a couple of minutes. Just going to let that heat up. Okay, what I'm going to show you, what we've got cooking in here is a bit of coconut rice. I hope everybody can see that. Can everybody see that? That's a bit of coconut rice. All we've used there is a coconut paste, a bit of water, and season it with a bit of salt and black pepper. And then as it cooks through, we've got some fresh coriander that's gone into there as well.
It smells fantastic. Does it need to stay on the heat for a sec, or can I take it down the front?
You can take it down to the front, because we've actually pre-done that.
All right, lovely. If anyone wants to have a smell of this rice, you can't steal any yet, but you can have a little sniff. I'll bring it down the front for you if you want to get your nose in there. It does smell delicious, actually. Anyone want to have a smell? It smells great, doesn't it? There you go. Have a little smell of that. Watch yourselves on the base. Smells nice, huh? Yeah, pretty good. Go on, have a smell.
Oh, God, we need to get some water out of here.
You've got some fans for this rice already, Raymond.
Yeah.
It smells good. It's lucky I didn't have a spoon, otherwise there'd be none left. Okay, I'll put that back on there for you. So the onions are sweating away.
Onions are sweating away. We sort of got them where we're looking at. If you look at the onions, they're looking a bit nice and glossy.
Yep.
They're looking nice and soft. We'd further reduce them if we were cooking at home, bring them right all the way down and get them to a sort of a brown texture. So that way it brings out all the sugar in the onions, and that helps with the flavor of the dish as well. What we're going to do at the moment is we're going to put in before we put the chicken in, we're just going to add half a tablespoon of the paste whilst the onions are cooking, and that's going to cook with the onions, and that's just going to help with the flavour.
And is it this one, the Swahili cooking base you have here?
That's the one that we've got on top there in the front.
And we can buy these?
And these can be bought, they are being sold in the market at the moment, in Surrey Market.
It smells nice actually.
And we will be actually cooking tomorrow out in the market the whole day. We'll be preparing the same dishes we're preparing here. We'll be selling them out for a minimum price. We'll be selling the paste, we'll be selling a sauce as well that will be sold tomorrow as well. So we'll be there from 8 o'clock till about 5 o'clock the whole day.
Fantastic. So you cook this for yourself tomorrow night if you should wish.
So those that
smells great, by the way.
It's great flavour, yeah. Thank you.
Okay, so that's the paste and the onions are mixing together nicely, presenting that delicious flavour.
Yeah.
And then what happens? Is the chicken next or the prawns?
The chicken goes in next because that would, the prawns will cook a lot quicker than the chicken.
Okay.
So what we're going to do now is we're just going to loosen up the chicken and we're going to add the chicken in there.
And you've got them sort of medium-sized dice there.
Yeah, medium-sized dice. You can either buy them from your butchers locally, diced up for you, or those that are ambitious enough.
Get your hands dirty.
Yeah, get your hands dirty and get stuck in.
Don't forget to sterilise your surfaces afterwards.
Afterwards, yeah. It's a very important thing to do. So we're going to let the chicken and the onions cook off for a bit. Whilst that's happening,
so that'll just all infuse slowly, will it? That's just all going to... The paste is bonding with it, all the flavours are kind of mixing in together.
Whilst that's happening, what we're going to start putting together